To affirm unity, Wahidiyya, for Nursi, is to affirm that all beings in the phenomenal realm are created, and thus attributable to one source alone. Nursi's example of the light of the sun is helpful here. If one looks at 1,000 reflective objects placed under the blazing sun on a cloudless day, one concludes that the sunlight reflected by them belongs to the sun. There is only one sun, and that sun comprehends and embraces all reflective objects equally, and from the sun's point of view without differentiation, i.e. without discrimination. To affirm oneness, ahadiyya, however, is to affirm that each and every reflective object reflects the sun in its own unique way, in accordance with its size, shape, capacity, degrees of opacity and reflectivity, and so on. The singularity of each reflective object is confirmed, Nursi says, by the fact that if one looks at it, one will find that the light, heat, 7 colors, and some sort of shadow or reflection of the single sun can be seen in it. From this it is understood that not only is the sun which shines into the object one, but that its manifestation in the object is single and unique, like the sun itself. If we move from the sun analogy directly to the relationship between God and the creation, the distinction between Wahidiyya and Ahadiyya should now become more clear. God's Wahidiyya is inferred from a single act, such as the sending of rain, which falls on all the living creatures in an orchard equally. The source of the rain, divine mercy, in Quranic terms, is one, but the recipients of this are many. From the perspective of the many, the source is undisputably one. When one looks at an orchard that is being showered with rain, the conclusion is that the source of the rain or mercy is one, for there cannot be numerous sources of rain, or indeed of mercy, to water the plants and quench the thirst of the animals in the orchard. As Nursi points out in numerous places throughout the Risalah, if bounties reach man from more than one source, there must be as many sources as there are bounties. And this, he says, the human intellect cannot accept. Therefore, the rain which falls on an orchard, watering numerous plants and quenching the thirst of countless animals, falls from one source. Furthermore, it falls equally and without discrimination on all parts of the orchard. As for God's ahadiyya, this can be inferred from the fact that the rain which is sent from that single source has a single and unique way of functioning in each and every one of the things on which it falls, depending on individual natures, needs, and capacities. The rain which falls on a rose, for example, will be assimilated and used by the rose in a manner unique to the rose, in accordance with its particular needs, as though the rain were falling with the requirements of that specific rose in mind. The singularity and uniqueness of the rain's functioning within each particular plant or animal in that orchard is a reflection of the singularity and uniqueness of the source of the rain. Numerous such examples may be invoked to illustrate the subtle difference between these two modalities of divine unity. The universality of fingerprints among human beings, for example, suggests in the Nursian schema that the creator of fingerprints is one rather than many, while the uniqueness of each individual fingerprint reflects the singularity and uniqueness of the God who created these fingerprints. The same applies to eyes or snowflakes, to stars or grains of sand. Indeed, the same, Nursi argues, applies to every single created being in the cosmos, for the fact that they all share existence points to one and one alone, who bestows existence on all things equally without any discrimination. That shared existence, which can be from one source and one source only, points to the inclusive unity or wahidiyya of God, which admits no peers or partners in the bestowal of existence, or indeed its continuance, and the fact that each of those things exists in a unique and singular manner. Nursi describes each of them as having the stamp of oneness, siqaye ahadiya, on its face, points to the exclusive unity of God. Not only does it show God's singularity and uniqueness, but it also serves to demonstrate that the God of the Quran is very much a working God, who is attentive to the individual needs of each unique constituent part of the cosmos at all times. The concept of unity within plurality, then, as embodied in the concept pair of wahidiyya and ahadiyya, serves to demonstrate a unity which precludes firstly the notion of multiple creators, and secondly the notion that God is a prime mover who sets the cosmos in motion and simply allows it to run its course. Wahidiyya may thus be said to indicate the oneness of many, while al-wahid is the one who entails or encompasses the many. Ahadiyya is the oneness of the one, while al-ahad is the unique and singular creator whose stamp of uniqueness and singularity is on each and every created thing.